What's up, y'all? Let's see. Making sure it's working. It's been a while. Let's see. No, this goes here. I think it goes here. Y'all have the flower come off. It says we've got one person watching. I wonder if that's me watching. Because I'm watching myself, y'all. Oh, there's one person. Cheryl's watching. What's going on? What is up, y'all? Let's see. I'm just fluffing out this greenery that well, floral stem that I got in last year. But I can give y'all the number. It is 62878, and I do know that shoplikejordan.com yesterday, which was February 13th, got in some really pretty florals, y'all. And I'm going to let y'all in on a secret. I haven't gone shopping yet. So, yeah. Y'all, it's super windy here today, so you're probably going to hear the wind. It is nasty outside. Okay, so I just fluff this out. This is purple and yellow, one of my favorite color combinations to use during the Easter season. So this is 62878. You're going to need 2 of these. And all we're going to do is just put these together just like this, y'all. Quick, easy wreath design. Hello, Rocco. I am using a 14-inch grapevine. So on this grapevine, y'all, grapevines are a natural product, so they're gonna vary in size and width. This side is the thinner side, so this is the side I want my florals on because I want this nice full side to create that illusion that this side was also nice and full, but when in reality it really wasn't. So this is the nice full side of this grapevine. Happy Valentine's Day, y'all. Bet y'all would never guess that I actually don't like Valentine's Day. So we're just zip tying these together. You can use any color of zip ties. We're going to give this just a little bit of a curve. Not too much. Like I said, I want to create that illusion that this wreath is a nice and full wreath. Okay, so I want to zoom in real quick so y'all can see where I zip tied them 2 together. I zip tied both of them together right here. And I'm using some of the inexpensive greenery, the affordable greenery. That's what I'm calling it, y'all. That greenery that's like between like $4 and $5. Really, really great, inexpensive greenery. And there's so many options. They have all the colors available. So we're going to zip tie this one already to here. What's up, y'all? Also, last week I was not feeling the greatest. I was not. So I am going to come in and I'm going to cut this stem off. So these are the stems that were on the ends that don't have anything on it. So I'm just cutting those off because I don't want that to really stick out like a sore thumb, because it was sticking out like a sore thumb. So a lot of these stems, when I'm buying floral stems, y'all, I try and find floral stems that are already nice and full, that I can come in and add greenery like this, and then find me an accent bush just like this, because this is purples and yellows. Now the purple is a different shade, but you know what? It's gonna be okay. There's nothing wrong with mixing the shades of purple, y'all. I personally love to mix colors, different shades. I know some people don't. If it's a bright sunflower yellow, they're gonna want to use all sunflower yellow floral colors, but not me. So I don't zip tie all the way around the grapevine. I zip tie through the grapevine, through it. So this one is a little bit more on the end because this grapevine was nice and full on this side. So like I said, I want to create that illusion that this one was all nice and full on this side, even though this one was skinnier on this side. So it's right here at the edge, but that's where I zip tie it. Now this is ribbon from a project that never happened. Okay, so we're gonna just put that off to the side. Actually, let me see. I'm gonna have to put it up to this side. There we go. And now we're gonna make a bow. So I'm just gonna leave a tail. And I chose to use the faux burlap purple ribbon, measuring out two 10-inch loops. And that's going to give me a 5-inch, two lengths of 10-inch ribbon, and it's going to give me 5-inch loops. Now we're going to do 411. So we've got 4 11-inch loops. So that's going to give me about a 5.5-inch loop. Two 12. So that's a 6-inch loop. So if you're doing this on the Easy Bow Maker, hold on, y'all, let me do this part. So measuring about a yard's worth of ribbon, coming back, making one big loop. So that should be about an 18-inch loop right there. And then a tail. Okay, so if you're doing this on the Easy Bow Maker, the easiest thing is you're going to start from the back to the front. So when it's on your Easy Bow Maker, you're going to do your 6-inch loops first, then your 5.5-inch, and then your two 5-inch loops. So now I want to make sure I'm going to cut this at different lengths, because I want to weave this ribbon down through the wreath and as well as this one. Now that's one thing I always tell everybody: buy that big box of 50-yard rolls of ribbon, the faux burlap ribbon, because you have an endless amount of possibilities. So now we're adding this in running that through the grapevine. Excuse me, y'all. And we are just going to, like I said, add this in. And this has some wire in it, so I am actually just going to use that. If you wanted to, you can use pipe cleaners or zip ties as well. So now we've added in our bow, and that's what we should have so far. Excuse me. So now, to me, it still looks a little bit skimpy. So I'm gonna bring in this greenery. Now this one isn't one of the affordable greeneries. This is 13489GN, but I want to mix this with some of that affordable greenery. So we don't have a lot of hot glue in this project, but we do have some hot glue, and that's okay. Y'all, you can probably hear that wind just blowing. It's been blowing since last night. Right, so I love to use, of course y'all know, I love to use a lot of different ribbons. I love to mix patterns and colors and textures and everything. But sometimes all you really need is a good, solid, colored bow. Which I could tell you with this, with the florals I'm using, I have 3 color options as far as bows. I have about 4. I could have done the purple, a lime green, so purple, lime green, a yellow, a lavender. I would have definitely done a cabana stripe, or I could have even done like this quatrefoil. Look how pretty this looks. That would look so pretty with that. The cabana stripe, and you can also use the 2.5 inch. Yo, look how pretty that cabana stripe would look with this as well. So really, all you have to have is a really nice foundation of florals, and you know, your ribbons and your bows can really pop. The SKU for the purple and yellow florals was 62878. I'm not sure if Deco has this one right now, but I do know that yesterday, the 13th of February, they received an all-new shipment of some new florals. And there was some really pretty ones in there. There was even a patriotic one that was really pretty. Like I said earlier, I haven't gone shopping yet. So if you want to beat Coach Jordan to the pretty florals, I would do it ASAP. So I am cutting this up into some smaller pieces. Happy Valentine's Day, y'all. tucking some of that inside my bow. I love to do that because I feel like it really helps finish off my project, because it ties everything in. That's just might be my weird way of thinking, but so moving some of those florals back around. You'll also notice I am not dovetailing. I am just doing that knife edge on there. Okay, so this flower bush did come from Michael's. Now I will tell you, this usually comes out during the summer. Not so much during the springtime, but this one they have during the summer, and they usually have it in purple and yellow and a red and orange color. But I want to add in some more purple and yellow into my design, so that's exactly what I want to do. That's why I'm going to use this. It's also good to use whatever you have on hand. And maybe you don't have the exact same florals I do, and maybe you have something similar. You're like, huh, he used something like that. So we're going to start adding these in, kind of going in a triangle motion. So I added that one there. This one's going to come off to this side. The next one will go off onto that side. So we'll start off as a triangle, and then we'll move into like a diamond shape. So like I said, we're going to put this one here. There's that one, this one. And now this one's going to go right up in here. Kind of creating that diamond pattern. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4. Doing the same thing up here at the top. I'm going to start from the top. One. 2. 3. And 4. Okay. So I do have some left over, and I'm seeing a few holes. So there's one about right in this general area, so I'm going to stick another one right up in here. Right in between that diamond that we created. Coming off to the side of the bow. Excuse me. I've got one last one, and I'm going to tuck this right in the middle of my bow. to really just tie it all in. Okay, so that's what we have, y'all. Really pretty. Now I want to add in another greenery. I love using this grass. This is 43151. Oops, well. I yanked that completely off, y'all. That's okay. Like I said, I love this. I love this kind of greenery as well. And it's one of those affordable greeneries. So that affordable greenery has greenery like this, ferns. Megan used one last night that had like purple tips on it, which I wish I had, because it would go perfectly on this design. Just adding that little pop of purple. So put that one there. This one here. No, I did it again. Yo, me too. So I did a project the other day. I say the other day because I mean at the warehouse, and I think one of the projects had like, including the pampas grass and the what is it? The wreath and some of the greenery was only like, I think $25 in it. That's what I had in total invested in it, and it came out really, really pretty. I would tell y'all, if I had the space for it, I would buy a case of each of a lot of those greeneries, because they are really good greeneries. And a case is really only 12. I know Megan loves those affordable greeneries. I love those affordable greeneries. So I'll let y'all in a little secret, and hopefully I don't get in trouble. But some of those affordable greeneries have some Christmas options, and I think we ordered some of those. Some fall and winter options as well. So definitely hang about for a few months, because it's going to give it some time for that stuff to come in. Oh, thanks, Susie Q Gifts. Okay. So, I'm going to zoom out. show y'all. I added, so I do have to clean up the back of this a little bit, but not too much. I want to make sure that nothing scratches my customer's door. Okay. So what I did was I made the bow, right? But I felt like there wasn't enough purple up here. So I just got a piece of ribbon, tied it in, made a little loop the same way I made this loop down here. But I made one up here and with the tail coming out like that. So, yeah, I'm going to show y'all the back of this so y'all can see kind of what I'm talking about. When I was telling y'all about the side of Greenery, the side of the grapevine that was thin. So you see how thick this side is, and you see how thin this side is? This is where all of my greenery is, because it's giving that illusion that the entire grapevine was completely full. That's why I zip tied those two first full branches, full stems together, because if I were to glue those in there, that's going to take up a lot of space. And that's not going to allow for some of my smaller thin stems to go through the grapevine. And that's why I zip tied those first, and then I came in and glued all my smaller stems. But it's giving that illusion that the grapevine was also this big on both sides. And you would never guess that it wasn't. Okay, so we used a 14-inch grapevine. Y'all, I love a 14-inch grapevine because after it's done, so from tip to tip, from the top to the bottom, y'all, it's 30 inches tall already. So it's 30 inches by, let me see, about 18 inches wide. So 30 by 18. So it gives, it's actually a really nice grapevine once you look at it. And that's why I like using the 14 and 16 inch. Now, I don't use the 18-inch grapevines hardly at all anymore, because they just make the wreath so big. But we used a 14-inch grapevine, 2 stems of 62878. That was the yellow and purple stem. That came from Michael's. You can probably find something similar. I know Deco just got in a bunch of new florals. It is February 13th, 2023. Actually, the 14th, 2023. And they just got in some florals yesterday. 13489 GN, which is a plastic button bush. And then 1 bush of 43151, which is an affordable greenery bush. So you can always find a substitute if they don't have that exact same one. There's a lot of affordable greenery there on shoplikejordan.com. Okay, but y'all, how pretty that came out. So Susie Q Gifts asks, I have a quick question. Do you put a hook on all of your grapevines? I don't put any hooks on my grapevines. None. I've never put a hook on any of my grapevines. Now, on my Deco mesh wreaths, on the back of them, I will put a hook on there, because that way they know which way it sits on there. I know Damon doesn't do that. I don't think anybody does except me. So that's just my preference. But I don't do a hook on the grapevines. I do put one on the Deco mesh wreaths. Okay, but y'all, that is all I have for y'all. I hope you enjoyed it. We'll be live tomorrow on Facebook. Should be at 11 a.m. Central Standard Time, depending on the weather, y'all, because it is wild right now. But hopefully tomorrow, the 15th of February, you should see me at 11 a.m. Central Standard Time on the DecoExchange Facebook page. Okay, so y'all, that's all I have for y'all. I hope